welcome to Sabado Session Podcast. Everyone, today we have got Austin Perkins, the legend killer.
Not
The
yet. Not yet.
legend.
I haven't done anything yet. All I hit is totals, man. Totals.
Mate, your name has retired people already.
Who? Who you on about?
Do you know what I mean? I'm talking
Who?
about, that guy that lived in Papua New Guinea. He's not coming to world anymore because of Austin Perkins, you know? But anyway, my friend, how you doing, Austin?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to just get back in the swing of things, honestly, with training. This is like my first, like, I guess you could call it like a deload week, but we just got right back on the horse, right? Just trying to get ready for Worlds, man. That's the only thing that's gonna be on my mind for the next, what, 12 weeks, 11 weeks
Mhm,
now, something like that.
mhm, mhm. So I mean, I'm gonna go. I mean, I know the guy have got plenty of questions to ask you, but I'm gonna go straight to it. What the fuck did you choose USAPL over IPF?
Okay, so at the time, I wasn't ready. Like Taylor left. I know there's only gonna be basically one spot to go over. And I honestly I didn't have the faith in myself that I do now and the confidence. So I just thought like if I would have went over there, I would not been able to go on the Worlds, and just to not go to Worlds and then have no meets, the USAPL just helped better because like I do coaching and then I do powerlifting, and the USAPL was going to pay me more than going to the IPF when there was only one meet and I wasn't even with SBD, so I didn't get like the stipend, not the stipend thing, the winnings for winning or something like that. And I wasn't even going to make it to Worlds, and they only pay they don't pay you for nationals. So I mean, like I'm
I
literally just
mean,
What were you hitting total wise last year?
around like 790.
795.
Are you taking a
Yeah.
piss? You weren't ready.
Yeah, I
You know?
just was. I
But
mean,
do
he
you
had
remember?
already
Do
hit
you know the total that won Worlds?
No, yeah, I mean, I would have made it to Worlds though. He would have beat me come trying to get out
Team
of the
selections.
Worlds. So there was no point in me trying to battle for a spot when there's only going to be one spot, and I knew I wasn't going to beat him. If I knew they were going to take more than 174, maybe, then I would have went over and was like, okay, it's fine. But
I thought they
yeah, I
were
just chose.
allowing that at that point. I thought the whole one person per weight cat is a new thing.
No, I mean they've been had that usually. Is this you have to hit the Carpino, and then usually one weight class doesn't hit the Carpino, and then they bring an
mhm.
extra person or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
So you
But
basically they have the exact same selection as us,
The
but
A
us
total
here
style.
yeah, us in Britain we're just weak. That's what we're taking. We're doubling on weight classes. But anyway, moving on from weakness.
Who's weak, bro?
Um,
Say names.
who's
No.
weak? Okay, I'm looking at him on the camera. But anyway, moving on. So because now like Austin, so you've come home, right? You've come to real powerlifting federation. I'm not saying
Real.
where you were was a joke, but the reality we know the history. So in terms of the incentive for you to come to IPF, was it Sheffield or the fact that Taylor, with the talk that was been going on the media, or is it something like you think to yourself, do you know what, I want to build a legacy and win a world championship like what my friend Russ does? Is it something like that, or is just like I just want to come in and shit on everybody?
it's probably, to be honest, all of those things. Sheffield is the biggest meet. I want to go to it. It looked like an amazing time. The payouts looked very appealing. So that was good. As well. I've said this before. I think that when you're in the USAPL, the only eyes you get on you are Americans, really,
Mhm.
because like you just said, like everyone overseas or international, they just think that like it's just the USAPL, like nothing really matters over there. They only care about the IPF. So at that point, it made me get to the point where I want to show everyone that I'm the best, literally on any platform. Like it really
Mhm.
doesn't matter where I'm doing this. I'm still going to listen to the same standards. I'm still going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to train to be the best, no matter what, if you're in the federation or not. So, um, yeah, with just Sheffield, people doubting what I could do in general, and just want to being the undeniable best. I mean, and then like I said, I feel like I've done everything also in the USAPL. I mean,
Mhm.
I won junior nationals, I won open nationals, collegiate nationals. I went to university worlds. So I went to worlds one time whenever the USAPL was with the IPF. Um, I broke all the records except for bench, I think. So I had multiple records and stuff over there. So there's really not really much to do. The only thing I didn't do is win the Pro Series, but I really don't care
Mhm.
about winning the Pro Series because
So now, like, this wave of you guys moving to IPF, right? I just want to get your thoughts on this one. Don't you guys think that you've destroyed USAPL? You guys literally have destroyed that federation.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, so I think of it like this. I will say that all the bigger names just left, but I mean, I think USAPL is still better in the States for the average power lifter because they have just so many meets, so many stuff to access. And I feel like the local level is just amazing for USAPL. It's just powerlifting in America didn't have the reach that USAPL has. So if someone wants to do drug tested lifting, and then needs a local level to go to, then it's just easy accessible. Like it's just you can probably find one within 2 hours of you some time of the year. You know,
I guess like the high level people leaving won't kill it because you'll still have so much money from grassroots leading up. Like their membership's still going to be through the roof. And they're paying money in,
so they have a very good foundation. They just said so in a way like they can sustain going forward. So you mentioned one thing about there, as you said, like of course they were still going to be around. The reach is still way better than PA Nuts. So my next question is S Austin Perkins with PA Nuts and at the IPF because of a short period of time, it will go back to the USAPL, or is it Austin actually here to stay? Because you come to World, you win Sheffield. Yes, world champion, Sheffield winner, but you still have not achieved the accolades that other people have achieved in the past to be considered as one of the greatest of all time. You know, sometimes having a bigger total does not define you being the greatest of all time. Sometimes these accolades come together. I'm not trying to convince you to stay with us forever, but it's just a question. Is this something you want to go back, or you're staying here to make that legacy?
I'll probably stay. There's no reason really to switch back over. I mean, unless they start having bigger payouts than Sheffield, which I don't see happening, especially with SBD just racking up other competitions in the US as well. And for branding and being like a sort of type of influencer. I call myself a powerlifter slash influencer because I do the powerlifting first, the influencer stuff is on the back end. But yeah, it's just better in the IPF because you're gonna have way more eyes on you. That's just how it is, instead of it just being US eyes. So I mean, and then there's not really a point to switch back over. If there's a world's route, of course, then like I'm still gonna keep doing that because that's really what everyone cares about, and majority of people care about in powerlifting, not just numbers as well. So I just want to make sure that whenever I'm done with my career, I can be able to say that I achieved as much as I could.
Yeah.
You can probably use this as a soundbite now, right? Put my face on a voodoo doll and villain mode. Indy said this. Everyone hates Indy, but if this is how it works, you know what I mean? If you don't make it to Sheffield, obviously that happens. Do you still stay IPF, or do you then go? What? Because your goal is to win Sheffield payout. Understandable, makes sense. There's 45, 50K, on the line. That's like more than most people's wage. If the flip happens, something goes wrong, would you still stay IPF?
Yeah, I would just keep trying. I mean, why not at this point? I mean, if I didn't make it this year, I would just try the next year and I would just keep trying, which I mean, I don't think that I wouldn't make it the second time, but I would just
or first time.
Yeah, I mean, or the first time. I hope I make it the first time. God, even if I lost the worlds, I would hope I still got the spot. But no, yeah, it's just that, like I said, I think the USAPL is kind of burnt out for me. There's like, and all the competition now is just over here now. There's no one that's probably at that over that 800 mark in the USAPL, but Joe Bornstein. But Joe Bornstein's moving over and going up a weight class. So I mean,
and I guess dots wise, the closest was what Rondell, and even he's coming across, isn't it? So like, even if you're looking at other weight classes, there's no point in being a big fish in a little pond. Like, not saying USAPL is a little pond. Here we go. Fucking hell.
So
Clip that.
you're calling
No,
you're calling Austin. Thank you for calling Austin fat there, right there. But anyway, I mean,
you're the one in the higher weight class that your totals, man.
I know.
Look, let me talk. I said we're British. We don't matter to Americans. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I had
I don't
an
know.
interesting question for you, Perkins, because I know I followed your journey for a while. I know when you had the massive back injury, you highlighted coming back to powerlifting and then eventually actually taking time off the sport because you've been putting a lot of effort into it for over a long period of time, right? So, realistically speaking, if you do Worlds, you win Sheffield, you go to World Games, you win that. Would you start to look at like you're approaching the end of your powerlifting career because you've won all the big events, or are you more thinking maybe 5, 10 years time, that's when I'll be looking towards retiring and maybe focusing on the family life and other things like that?
Probably. I mean, if I were to win them straight this year, just straight through all the way this year, and just go the worlds, win Sheffield, win World Games, I would probably keep trying just like the worlds, and then go to Sheffield and just try to keep breaking those smaller records as much as I can. Um, and then I would just try to just keep stacking as many world championships until it gets to that point where I can't anymore. Like that would be the main goal. Like just still go to Sheffield and literally just get as much as I can out of it, not try to place like whatever podium is. I'll try to podium if I can. If I can't, just go for records. And then like I said, just I feel like just stacking world championships as many as I can would be the most ideal thing. And then whenever it comes down to it and I start losing, then I'll be like, all right, well, I guess it's time. Or people are getting to that close point where I have to push and then I get injured or something, which I don't see a lot changing with training the next 5 years because everything works so well.
Mhm.
But no, yeah, I'll probably just keep going until the wheels fall off, man. I'm gonna keep running
I
through walls so
respect
I can
that.
run through them.
So what's the plan for Worlds then? Is it a case of, are you going to take the approach of do what you need to do to win, stay for Sheffield, or are you taking the approach of fuck it, I'm just going to go balls out of Wales and balls out of Sheffield? Because you got two camps now from the USAPL lads coming across. You got people who want to do one end and want to do the other end.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just do whatever I need to win. I really don't want to mess up Sheffield that much. Um, I mean,
It's a big payday.
yes, it's a huge payday. So I mean, the main goal is to win. Honestly, that's the first part. Like that's the first thing. If I have to go like crazy over the world record, so be it. I'd rather win worlds and then just try to put together the most amazing prep. Trying to well, the next I think it'll be what 5 months, 6 months or
Mhm.
something like that after
Five.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
5.
I'll just try to put together something that's like super outrageous, hopefully, and like if I need like 880 to 890, like why not just train to that point to where I can get to that point at least? Like
Mhm.
but no, I feel like the main goal is just to win. And then if we're to that point where like I've thought about this probably multiple times now. If there's a scenario where someone misses one and now they can't hit that 815 total, then just try to get to that 815 mark. If it's super close, we just have to go a certain amount over and just hope for the
That,
best.
that that makes sense. That makes sense totally.
Do,
Yeah, 'cause
do you see anyone touching that or coming close in your competitors? Do you see anyone
Sure.
pushing you?
I would say that Shell's just my biggest competition in general. Because I mean, I feel like he probably could go the A15 he hit looked kind of draining. Like it didn't look easy.
Mhm.
Um, and I think he has like that A15 to 820 range. I'll give him that. And I always have faith in my competitors. I'll say that always. Um, so I think he's probably around that 815, 820. But if he misses a lift, then it'll get closer to Carl and maybe Tim being closer to him. Because I mean, that's probably like 5 to 10 kilos off of it. And at that point, he's like 805 range. And I feel like on a good day, Carl and Tim might be within that 800 to 810 range, like just to be honest. So it just depends on how good Shell does. I don't see him missing any lifts because he's been powerlifting for long enough. Like he knows what he
Right.
needs to be done. He knows the standard. I don't think he'll come in aggressive. I think he'll take what he needs to stack the total to like try to get that 815 again. So yeah, I think Shell's probably the closest person. Big respects to the other guys. I'm not saying they don't have the chance, but just on paper, Shell
Mhm.
hasn't
Mhm.
haven't
Respect.
hit over the 800
Yeah.
yet. So I
Yeah.
mean, I gotta go with Shell.
I think
Just for a little bit of a side note, because I competed at Arnold's. I don't know if Shell wants this might mess up his end game plan. You know, you're talking with the final boss here. But
Mo
Shell
can't hide.
Mo's gonna
actually,
snitch
Mo
again.
can't
Mo's
hide the
snitching.
secret. Go on.
Mo's snitching
yeah,
again.
no, it's not even a secret. Rather, like Shell arrived at 9 p.m. the day before the meet, where Wayne was at 8 a.m. from Norway. So his flight got cancelled. He was supposed to fly from Germany or fly through Germany. That got cancelled, and he had to travel an extra distance to get a flight that arrived in the UK. Literally, he got to the hotel at 9 p.m. in the night because I was going to bed when I saw him checking in, and then he was up at like 5 a.m. checked the weight and everything. So that 8:15 was Shell probably not firing on all cylinders, and he might be very exciting. But although, I mean, man, you're 8:51, you've got a lot of leg room to to play around with, you know. But the question is obviously how much do you want to mess up the bag at Sheffield? But before these lads get you into Worlds and the future, I know they want to talk a lot. Austin, I want to go back to the beginning, right? I want to go back to 16-year-old, 15-year-old Austin when you first started doing equid powerlifting. What got you into the sport? Because I know you said you played American football, you did athletics. I'm interested in what athletic was it? 100 meters, 200 meters? Like, how did you find powerlifting? How did you get into the sport? And how have you grown so much? Like, it's been a long time, man. You've been doing this for ages.
Yeah, so how I started powerlifting is always a funny story, and I'll remember it. I was probably, I want to say 12 years old, 12 or 13. And there was this guy that he was my friend in, I think, middle school or whatever we were in. And he was like, hey, I'm on the powerlifting team. I'm gonna try to be on the powerlifting team. And I was like small at this time. I was probably like 110 pounds. So I was probably like 59, 58 around there. Um, and I was like, oh, I want to be on the powerlifting team too. Like, I want to be on a high school team. Like, it was like, there was no like junior high, younger powerlifting. It was just high school. So like around, I guess, 16 to 18. Um, and I was like, well, I want to do it too. So my dad was a football coach at that time, a high school football coach. And I asked him and I was like, hey, do you think you can talk to the coach about putting me on the team? And then I was on the team. And that's just how it happened. And then I really wasn't the best. I just did it just to do it. Get to my senior year. And then I win USAPL high school nationals. But I lose like my state championships, like in my state. So I win nationals, then go to state, lose state. Super devastated, stuff like that. And then I got recruited to Midland, train there, and then they make us all do a raw meet. And then I tried the raw meet for the first time, and then I ended up, I think I could would have placed like second, or I would have placed like second or third at nationals that year behind Taylor. And then I did another meet, and then I would have like got second at Worlds, like from that total. And so then at that point, I was just like, oh, okay, we're getting better. And I was like, I guess I'll prioritize the raw. And then from then on, I just kept pushing until like I think my senior year of college, I hit the 800 for the first time. And then after that, I had hernia. Then that was terrible for a while. And then came back from the hernia after a few months. Still went over the 800 limit, had a terrible meet Virginia Pro. And then that's when I started my fiance, that she is now, and then she got me in the right tracks. And now I'm me. I feel like that's like the
Just
the
for
clip
reference,
of everything.
that Virginia Pro that you said was a bad meet, was that where you did 780?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds like a
come on,
bad meet, bro.
you're talking to someone that is not human. Do you know what I mean?
I think literally that was like on paper too my worst meet because I missed a squat, I missed a bench, and I missed a deadlift. I think I just went 6 for 9 on that day.
Right.
Like it was just a terrible day. Terrible day for me, man. Like I was shaking in my boots that day too. Like I didn't even feel like myself. It was an awful day.
How do you
Six for
How did
nine,
you stay
780.
motivated when you were injured and going through all that crap and shit? I guess everyone goes through the shit. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people struggle to keep that discipline or motivation, whatever the fuck it is. How did you like change your mentality to just be like, I just gotta crack on?
Well, during like after the surgery time, I wouldn't say I was like motivated at all. Like I was super depressed then. I would just whenever I could go into the gym, I went in the gym and lifted. I didn't feel myself. I felt super uncomfortable because like I had been through surgery, so my body didn't feel amazing. And then when I started training during the summertime, it just wasn't it wasn't going good either. Like I wanted to quit powerlifting at that point. Like going into maybe I think the Virginia Pro too, going into the Virginia Pro and going into the my first meet out of surgery. I just wanted to quit both times and it just wasn't good. And then after the Virginia Pro, I really wasn't motivated at all. And then, like I said, again, like after that Virginia Pro meet, I started talking to my fiance again because we knew each other from college. But she really helped me get back in the right headspace and helped me figure out what I really wanted, were my main priorities. And then like ever since then, I've just been on the right track, one track mind to try to be the best I can be.
I mean, like, I know you touch a lot of things there, Austin, in terms of like your football background and all that. If let me ask you, how tall are you?
5 foot 4 inches.
Jones is not
Five
that
foot
far
four.
off, so I don't know why he's asking.
No, no, I don't play American football. I don't. Right? I used to play football, British football. So anyway, my question is like,
I love the is it running backs, the guys who stay behind the guy who throws the ball long. They tend to be smaller stature because you need that for evasion and everything.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because the
Especially
reason I
not
asked that, the reason I asked it because Austin is 5'4" and Delaney is a short man and he used to play football as well. I'm thinking is that right? Is it a small man sport or the TV is lying to us? Because all I see in the Super Bowl is everyone is a 6'4". I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here?
What were
So I
you?
mean,
What position did you play?
I played running back. I
There you
was
go.
the guy behind.
So-
I mean, it's just I mean, in the NFL, I feel like the average height is probably like 5'8" to like 5'10" for running back. So around there. Like I'm just like I literally just was not big enough. That's why I didn't keep playing football. Like there was no point in me trying to pursue something else when I wasn't gonna be able to go pro or be the best at it. So like that's why I diverged most of my attention to powerlifting probably in the back half of my high
But
school.
in powerlifting, you're the biggest fish in the pond, as Indy said. But anyway, my
Sorry,
friend.
do you ever
So
miss equipped? Before we move on, because we're going to move on, do you miss equipped at any point? Do you think about it? Want to do it again?
I think about squatting equipped every once in a while. It's trash. It's so trash. Like, but I mean, I just want to see how much I could squat honestly now at this
Would
point.
be
Because I mean, I hated
nuts.
the bench shirt. I didn't use a deadlift suit, so literally, I just want to see like if I like right now since I've caught up to my my equipped PR squat. Like, I wonder how much I squat equipped now. Like, if I'm squatting like close to 800s, maybe something like that. But we'll see.
yeah, I can see you scoring 375, 380. I can see that happening because the crypto gives you a lot more than that, but Tony Cliff will tell you even more. I mean, yeah, Austin, me, I'm gonna move on from, of course, your background here. So now you're 74. You're so dominant as a 74. I know everybody talking about the match between you and Russ to happen. It's like all of us, the rest of the world, we don't exist, which is fine. You know, it's fine. I take that. So is it a plan for you to go 83 in the next few years, or is it just like you just want to stack those world championship
Mm.
and wait?
I'll probably stack 74s until I feel like I just want to eat more, honestly. That's really the biggest thing. And just not care about gut cutting the week of or like trying to lose. Cause I usually sit around 76, but that's because I have so much content in my stomach. Literally, it's just because of that. Cause we'll gut cut and then like this last time we did a gut cut going into it and we got done the day before. And then the morning of I competed, I was like 73 like flat. Like I think I was like 70, 72.9, 73 flat. So I was eating, like just getting back up to weight that whole time, the day
Wow.
before. So I'm not like bigger and I have to cut a lot and it's super strenuous. So if I just like I want to go into a meet and just not have to want to gut cut at all, that's what I would probably do. With the rust thing, like I probably will like if I don't know how World Games works, but do I have to weigh in 74 or is it like
No,
I
no,
can weigh in over 74 if I want to, right? Because it's
It's
like
based
middleweight,
off
right?
it's GL point within that weight class that
that weight
wins the
class.
competition.
Okay, yeah,
So
so yeah.
you'll be lumped in with 83s, and whoever has the GL highest GL
Yeah.
wins.
Okay, yeah, so I'll probably just go in over 74 at that point. Like I'll probably weigh in 75, 76. and be comfortable and then just go against them that way. Because I mean, that'll be the next time we would do it. Sheffield, I wouldn't go in at 83 if or when I make it to Sheffield this year.
Plus, you can break
But
world records at World Games, can't you?
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
No, you
wait.
can't.
You can't?
Yeah, you can. What do you mean you can't break world records at World Games?
I thought you can't.
Of course you can. They set all the equipped records there.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, how fucking funny would it be to just go up to 83s, ruin everyone else's chances next year for fucking Sheffield records, and then dip back to 74s?
Because that's what he's thinking.
Would you
Look
do
at his
that?
face.
Come on, you
he's
know
actually
you're thinking
that now.
So like I feel like if I weighed in heavier and I had like a very productive prep, I would hold. Let me calculate numbers real quick.
You know what would be more scary, right? While you're calculating numbers, have you ever thought about going down to 66?
Nah, come on, people.
I said that all the time.
That is more exciting to me than you going up to 83.
Yeah, but
I
Mo,
think
it's simple.
66.
No,
Mo, he wins Sheffield next year as a 74. The year after, he go to 66 and win Sheffield again.
It's not even win Sheffield. He would demolish 66 by so much. It would make no sense to be a 66 anymore.
But unlike you and fucking Durin, some of us actually enjoy eating.
A simple gut cut drops him down to 72. Imagine.
So Austin,
sits that
66. 66.
Yeah, but you'd have to then sit much, much lighter, which means cutting all that time. Like,
but you can do that at Sheffield.
I would not have my legs. If I did that, I probably wouldn't even squat. I wouldn't even get myself 600 if I weighed 66. I probably would.
Really? There's no way.
No, you're lying. You score about 280. Literally.
No, but remember, because you're bigger boys, you don't realize that an 8 kg cut at that body weight is a lot more drastic.
Fair enough.
If you look at it from that as a percentage of his body weight, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of calories being cut. That's like sniffing peanut butter toast and having kale.
Right.
Ain't about that life. I don't know about you. I couldn't do that shit.
Oh shit! People that love food, I hate you. But
anyway, with the going over 74, I feel like if I went in like 77, 78, I think probably around 890 to 919.
During soul just sank like.
You know what?
During always hyping up 120. Austin, do it, bro. Fuck him.
Austin, do you know what?
Fuck him.
I hate you. I hate you for the second time, and then for the third time, my excuse is I'm old and I have a kid. You don't. So do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, moving on to that, you going to 83. I'm so glad the fact that when I saw you getting engaged, I was not happy the fact that you got engaged. I was just happy with the fact that you have a woman in your life now that you're going to build a future with. So it means by the time you're thinking to go to 84, she'll probably want kids. Those 2 hours sleep a night, bro. Let's see that world record being broken.
I already know Durin's has made a voodoo doll of you. You know, if you ever feel 100%. Like, if you ever get back pain, it's Durin's sat in the bath.
No. Not for now. Not for now.
With a little
for now,
doll.
he doesn't need that. For now, I want you to go and teach a lot of people lesson the world and at Sheffield. But when the time for you to move to 74, I'm going to pray for those twins or triplets. I will pray for them. I will pray for them, mate.
That strength is a real thing, man. The deadlift will go crazy.
Yeah, the dad strength, man. It's the dad strength. That's what people don't realize. Whenever Taylor hit that 838, that's when his wife was pregnant. I'm pretty sure he had the dad strength right away. Yeah, that's what it is. So just imagine me.
That would be nuts.
Well, Austin's gonna U-turn it on you and launch it to 900, and you're just gonna be sad for 5 years.
Oh my god!
It'll be you going down to 66s. You don't like food anyway. You might as well. Fuck it.
I used to be 59, to be fair.
You still look.
But anyway, Austin, I know there's a lot of, as we said, like there's a lot of things you need to achieve in IPF, and there's a lot of record to be broken here. So I'm gonna bring it back about the rivalry that's been going on between you and Taylor, and then I'm sure you have got so much respect for Taylor in terms of what Taylor has achieved and where he is and what he's done in the sport, because people are mistaken that Austin actually respects Taylor. Yes, the competition is there. You can't argue the fact that you are stronger now, which is normal, which is a fact. But I know you respect him. But in terms of, like, let's say there's a lot of things being talking about Taylor coming back to his best and all that. What do you think? What's your thought on this?
I mean, I hope he comes back. Like you said, I respect him on so many levels. Like without him, I don't think I would have pushed as hard as I have so far. Um, yeah, I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back stronger. It just depends on like how he goes about it. If he's actually going to, because as of right now, we don't even know if he's still going to be 74 when he comes back. There's just so many things that's in the air. But I hope he does come back. He's beat me 2-0. So I have no wins against him. It would just be good to go against him. If he feels like whenever he's back at that 100%, 110%, like I hope he doesn't think I'm gonna go in and just expect to just beat him and walk all over him. Like I'm going into the intent of I'm still behind you and I have to go all out. So no matter what, I'm gonna show him that respect. I don't think that I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna go 839 again. Like I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take what I feel like is mine and show everybody that we've had this gap where we haven't won against each other. Like I want to show them that the gap is further than everyone else thinks, honestly.
I think if I was Taylor, to be fair, I would retire right now and not compete against you. And when people talk about the
That's
greatest Austin
nonsense,
Perkins, and I would be like, I've
It's a nice
beaten him
clip.
twice. He's never beaten me.
No, no. So if you were Taylor, you would retire right now.
Oh, hell yeah. I have a kid. I have a family. I've got business
So
working.
in the 6 years of powerlifting where you weren't Taylor and you were the random guy from London turn up to a meet, why didn't you retire then? Now that
Oh,
you've been successful.
If I was you, I
then
would have retired in 2016 when you bombed out. First comp. Bombed out and retired. That would have been me, bro.
Bob,
Straight
did
up.
you retire? Bob, did you retire the Euros? You didn't.
But I didn't
But
bomb out,
anyway.
so it's fine.
Anyway, moving on for that. By the way, Austin, I bombed out in my first part of thing meet because I went in the meet injured, wanting to meet my idol, just because I wanted to compete on the same platform with him, which is Owen Harvard, and I bombed out. So it's out there. Everyone knows that I bombed out. Anyway, moving on. So, I mean, Austin, I know you've spoken about Taylor. Of course, you've given so much respect to the rest of the 74 around the world in terms of what they've been doing and all of that stuff. So I'm going to bring back to Taylor with Shell. Shell can always say, I'm the one that beat Taylor first. Do you know what I mean? That is always going to be on that resume. And again, you said Taylor, you hope Taylor comes back at the 74 and you give your all in that matchup. So my question on this is this something you're expecting to be just in America or on a bigger stage?
Probably just in America. I don't see for the next few years if everyone stays healthy. I don't think as long as I keep beating him at nationals, I don't think we'll have a big one with all of us again. Unless someone gets hurt and someone declines a spot randomly and then he gets that alternate spot. I don't see it happening on international soil. Probably just because I don't like it depends on what happens at Sheffield. I don't like to get ahead of myself, but it depends on what happens at Sheffield because let's say that I only needed let's say 840, 850 to win Sheffield. I'm not gonna put it past Taylor that he doesn't try to go past that at nationals. If nationals is at the same time for Powerlifting America. And so how they did it this year was if you felt like your total might get beaten or you tried to beat the total from Sheffield, you went to nationals. So I don't want to not show up to nationals and fight for it, and just give him that benefit of just being able to beat the number. Because then if that's the case, then it's like I'm out of a spot for Worlds.
I mean, there is an APF, so if he does that,
Yeah, but
that
the
means
thing
he can
is
end up
though,
at Sheffield.
the problem is the international calendar for an elite athlete doing Sheffield and World Games is so packed. You can't fit another meeting. Like if you want to stay healthy and you're natural, you need some time to just recover. Like doing NAPF just to have another battle with Taylor, in my head, wouldn't make any sense
No,
because
I'm not saying Austin. I'm talking about
just
Taylor can
Taylor.
do the NAPS and get that qualified to
For a
Sheffield
wild card.
because he can get wild card through that. So we can
And
have
also
that.
World Games
Yeah.
through that because you can get a wild card invite for
Yeah,
World Games.
there is a possibility with these platforms for
Yeah.
you guys to. I mean, Austin. I mean, on the respect of the Europeans that I mentioned in the beginning here, I just want to get your thoughts on one thing that a lot of people thinking we're just blowing up a lot of smoke out our arse when we're talking about the European standards, especially on the European Championship. I don't know if you've watched it. If you have, on the past 2 years or so, what's your thought in terms of our standards on that platform? Not the lifting quality, not the quality of lifting, because if I say that, then we can't even talk about it. I'm talking about the official, the refereeing. That's the standard I'm talking about. So what's your thought on that?
I feel like, to be honest, I think the judging probably at Euros is probably more lax than Worlds. Like, I'll be honest. I think that the Worlds judging is probably going to be a little bit stricter because it's weird how the totals shift a little bit, a tiny bit, going in from Euros and then going into Worlds. I think that, and I'm not saying it's just the Europeans. I think the Americans probably do this too. I think they try to boost numbers a little bit going in for nominations, so they're a little bit more laxed. Where when you're at Worlds, there's really not where, since the Sheffield has just started now, but usually there's no one above that, so there is no like, oh, let's get them to that next level just because. I mean, yeah, there's some calls that I'm just like, I don't know. They made it seem like the IPF was super hard, but that looked like a super laxed call, like on some deadlift calls and on some depth
Yeah,
calls.
yeah, you're talking about my deadlift, my last deadlift. I know that already. So let's not
But
talk about that. I know that. Anyway, moving on from that.
It's not personal to you.
no, but like I
You're
just
the one who asked the question.
I literally think that it's just it's probably a little bit more stricter, or they're just more lenient on that European side.
If I throw my own two pence in here, I think, in my opinion, the reffing standards at Europeans are a little bit harsher, but the speed of the Worlds kills people's totals, in my head, anyway.
Okay, that makes sense too. I'll give you that.
So last year, for example, in the 120s, we had a couple of people who scratched out their stuff, and like it was already 8-man flights, super fast. People were going to the back and shouting at people for taking too long in their walkouts. Yo, it's on TV, hurry up. Like the speed of it was horrendous. The amount of missed lifts was horrendous. But like at Euros, for example, I remember in Poland, people were dropping their openers.
Because of
Like
people are scared of death.
genuinely like athletes who have done multiple worlds, even at this Euros, I know quite a few people who just dropped their openers. Tony dropped his opener as well on his squat, I think, and stuff. And just I think there are some savage refs, I think, at Euros. There was one lady who was reffing me. I don't think she knew where the white button was. The only way I could have squatted any deeper is if I just started rubbing my scrotum on the floor, and I was still getting reds. So I think there's I don't know, man. There is a difference, I think.
I think the Euros, again, I'm gonna say this, Austin. I think the standard of the Euros is almost like, in my head, it varies year to year. Right? There's years where the standard, especially in that Poland that Indy mentioned, we had people like Krastev bombing out. Pana bombed out.
Krastev, Pana, Hubbard, they're all like elite international standard.
And Gustav had one squat. He came at the back, he was talking Swedish to me. I was just like, mate, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I don't understand. So this is literally, that's how it was. That's how tough that Euro was. So to me, things like that just amplify how difficult that platform, the European, is. And I think the European platform, still in my head, is harsher than the World Championship platform. The World Championship, as we said, the speed of the meet is something else. So my next question to you: I think
the jury made it worse at World.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the issue. So if you got a red light, don't celebrate, bro. Just wait.
Yeah.
Wait 5 minutes.
Don't celebrate.
Even if the jury pass it, wait another 5 minutes because Gaston's running down the stairs. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like that. I think that the actual refs were fine, but the jury was fucking on it. Like if you got a red, be warned. You're probably gonna get
just to play
overturned.
devil's advocate in this conversation, right? Are we talking about refs just being a bit, lack for a better word, just anal, in the sense of there's depth and then they wanted to see something that was ridiculous. So it wasn't necessarily that the platform was tougher, it's just the judging was bad in the opposite way. Rather than the judging being lax, it was just people were implementing a very ridiculous rule.
I think bad is, I don't want to have a go at the refs, right, this isn't me having a go at the rest of the day. I've got a hard job. Like, I don't argue with the refs. However,
Oh, a 6-month prep
was
is a hard job too, you know. It's
it
not.
was, it was a case of it wasn't a benefit of the lifter. So usually it's benefit of the doubt to the lifter. This time it was benefit of the doubt not to the lifter. That's how it seemed in my head. So if it was like, I don't know, it's more likely to be a red than a white, is how it sort of happened. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think Austin, I mean, yeah, of course, I agree with you with your thoughts in terms of what you said there about Europeans and the standards. But I'm going to move on from this. There's something I've heard for the past week. People are talking about the Europeans, we don't perform on the platform is because we don't understand powerlifting. Is that a thought in America for all of you guys, or is it just a set
You
of
don't understand
individuals?
programming. Was it programming?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Programming. Yeah, that's
That
the
Um,
one.
was a tough one, isn't it?
no, it's I think when it comes to Americans,
You can be
on
honest.
the
This is a
seat
safe
right now.
place, Austin. Just
Well,
be
come on,
honest. Be
whip out
honest.
that Declaration of Independence and just wave it at the camera.
Americans are very, very confident and what's the word I want to use? I can't even think of
Special.
it. Yeah, we can use that, yes. But I think we just have a lot of pride in ourselves. And when it comes down to it, I just think we want to be the best at everything and show it. I think that other countries know what they're doing though. I don't consider them being like, oh, they don't know. I think
Questionable.
Americans just know when to adapt and how to adapt because I think I heard this our country is just freaking huge. So when it comes to like the travel thing, like I had to it was a 3 hour time change from nationals to where I live now. And to be honest, I don't think I got that accommodated to it before. Like we got there 2 days before. And I took a nap before I competed and everything because I was just tired. Because I think I competed at like I had to go in at 2, and at that point it was 4 o'clock. And 4 o'clock is usually when I train. So that means whenever I started lifting, it was probably like 6 o'clock or 6:30. And at this point, I'm like I'm probably almost done with my workout. So I'm not even working out at this time. So I mean, by the time I'm pulling, it's like 8 p.m., 8:39. I go to sleep at like 9. So
That's good though, because at Worlds, when you do have an 8 p.m. start, I just want to go back to sleep. I think I had my last scoop of pre. That 110 hit me at 10 p.m. I was awake till breakfast.
yeah, so it's literally like I mean I feel like we just try to figure out our best ways to get around the stuff, and it's easier for us just some ways. When it comes to the judging thing, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for Americans. I'm just gonna help myself to the standard of everyone else. If I see someone else's squads and I feel like they're high, I'm just gonna make sure I'm slower than that, even if they get 3 whites. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the biggest thing. I'm gonna make sure I'm holding on my benches because I know that they got long hold calls. You know, like I'm gonna start over pausing my benches because I know they can be sticklers on that. I'm gonna try to make sure that everything's just good in general. But I don't know. I think Americans just be saying dumb stuff just to say it to sound better, to be honest.
I agree because the reality is when all these things be said, like people sending me all these videos and these messages, I'm thinking these Americans are forgetting we have the European world champions. These are no jokes, and Tony Cliff, 2 times world champion, Pana, Danny, Leah, Tiff, Naomi. These are world champion we're talking about.
Both Sheffield winners this year.
Do you know what I mean? Both Sheffield winners. I didn't see no American there being number 1 at Sheffield on the platform. I know you're gonna come and do it, Austin. No offense, no provoking you here, but
Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is, I love everybody. I love to see competition. I hope we sweep though. I hope we sweep the Americans. The men's team, we better sweep. If we don't, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be.
I'm calling you guys. I'm calling you guys the Avengers. To be fair, I've been saying this to a lot of people. When your national ended last week, all of us, we sat there in Croatia. We said, let's go to Lithuania and collect our White Light Media package and just go home. You know what I mean? Let no hope for anything. But after that, you guys gave Jesus a microphone.
I was on the way home when I saw that. I was like, oh, they're going off right now. I had no part of this. I did not know it was coming or nothing.
Every single nation at Euro was sitting there, listening to Jesus' speech, we all said like, do you know what? We're not going for Wala Media package anymore, whatever it takes. If some of us have to go and see our ancestors in the second world or in the seventh heaven, I don't give a shit. So we're going to war. But so yeah, it's interesting. Again, let me touch into the American team. So this is probably one of the most talented and the strongest team America's ever put forward, right?
Mhm.
In terms of like powerlifting itself in general in America, as you said there earlier, you started like at 12, 13. I started at 28. So anyone who's coming there talking to me about, oh yeah, you're not gonna win, Russ is stronger than you. Fuck off. I started at 28 and I'm 35, right? So fuck all of that shit. So do what I've done and then come
The-
talk to me.
It just pissed everyone else off.
The question is, does age matter or just training age matter? Up to a certain
Bro, what are you doing with your camera?
I'm sat down, bro.
Man just looks like an egg,
Bro,
just
it's the ball life, man. You can be camouflaged wherever you need to be.
I'm pretty sure I count training age. I think that matters.
Age.
I mean, because to be honest, I feel like there's a trend. I wish we could track it, but I feel like the younger you are, the better you are is bad in the long run. I feel like they burn out a lot faster. Like you see these junior lifters coming in, and it's like, oh, they're doing so amazing, or teen lifters, and then they get to that 8-year mark, or no, let's say I won't even say that. You get to this 5-year mark, and then they just start to
Mark 3, yeah.
They plateau or they get injured. Plateau or injury. That's the main thing that stops them.
I can't comment on this because people hate me already. So,
but basically, with in the long run, though, I mean, if you look at other lifters, they start off and they're not as good. They just get better over time. I feel like that's just so much better. Like when you're younger, I just think they just have so much pride and motivation. They just try to get as stronger as fast as possible when that's not the case. I think you should just run your race. And when you get there, you get there. I'm a strong voucher of that. Because I mean, like when I started powerlifting, I was nowhere near at the point I am now. And I'm like 12 years in now. And now everyone's like, oh my gosh, this guy's just so good out of nowhere. It's like, no, bro, this is like 11 years of work put in. This isn't just off of just being young and strong. I just happen to be younger because I just started younger.
So basically, people like me in India on our 30s are still pushing these youngsters on the world stage. We're not too bad then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because your training age is still
I think as long
relative.
as you make it the world, you got to realize you're top of the top if you're making it the worlds anyway. Like that's just how it is. I think people should have more pride in that. Like going to nationals in America, I feel like more people should take pride in that, even if you're not winning. As long as you're not, I'm gonna be honest. As long as you're not getting dead last or like bottom
bombing out.
If there's 30 people and you're bottom 5, I'm sorry. But if you're making it the nationals though, and you're at least 50% of the top, bro, I mean, people not even getting to that. People not even qualifying. You got to think of it that way.
I'm pretty sure I was bottom 5. So thank you, Austin.
But look at you now, though, right? Look at you.
I mean, to be fair, Austin, what you said, as long as you're not last, but we've got people around the world that have gone to the meet where there's only 2 people in a flight, and they go on the bar, you say, "Oh, I came second in this meet."
Yeah, but
there was only 2 of you, so you came last.
It could be worse though. It could be like sports, because like Durans would have been relegated on his first meet.
My first meet actually, I did 620. Right, respect that. First time coming out on powerlifting at the 83, 4 months later, I did 620 at 29, at 28.
That's good.
So come on, let's respect
Congratulations.
that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Put that on a plaque.
I will do that next to that thing.
Download a 3D printer, make a fake Sheffield trophy, and just write it on there.
Let me just put it out there. I've done 5 times world. 5 times. This year will be the 5th time I'm going to be on that platform. Austin, how many times have you done world?
He's done more competitions than you.
I don't care what you say.
And his average of positions higher than yours.
I don't care. World is world. I'm leading here. Out of all of us,
worlds is worlds. I know people care about that. Hey, man, look, if that's what you care about, by all means, you want to use that, I'm at the bottom. I got to work my way up, and that's all it is.
Young man, you're coming there.
Retire, Durans, retire quick. Quick. Isn't that your plan?
I mean, Austin, this has been great. I've never done a podcast where we're having this much fun. There's no script as well. By the way, the listener there, I'm gonna say we don't have a script here. So some people use script and we don't cut you know, conversation here. We go all in, right? If you don't want to hear it, just turn your phone off. But anyway,
Right.
moving on from that. So Austin, world is coming, right? As you said, you need to do what you need to do at World, and then of course secure that Sheffield bag. But one thing, like I will be honest, from my opinion, is I think Shell has a little bit more in him coming to this World. Why? Because he's added 15 kilo on the world record after what, 3 months, right? So you can easily tell, as Mo said, especially the story that Mo told us, he has a little bit more in him. So again, every time Shell add a 5.2 kilo on the world record, that's shitting on Austin's check. How do you feel about that?
I mean, all right, so I'll say this. I don't think it's just my check too. I feel like
His
he
check.
picking it up for himself as well.
I was
Like,
gonna
bro,
say this. It's like
so,
it's his check also.
like if you get another spot and you're a wild card spot or something like that, that's it's dropping the placement for you too. So let's say even if I do go in, I do hit above him, you can still get second. But you're like,
True.
nah. You're like, nah, I'm just gonna keep tripping over. I mean, which if that's what he cares about, by all means do it. I'm not trying to hold him back. I'm
That's a
gonna
good
do
mentality
what
to
I
have,
do.
though. Fuck it up for someone else.
Okay, that's
You're
if you're not the one
you're
who's-
doing it. You're doing it to the 80 prees at World Games. So, you know,
I
in
mean,
swings
yeah,
and roundabouts, it's all fair.
like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing. Of course, he wants to go all out. By all means, go all out. Because I'm gonna still try to go in. I'm still gonna try to win. Like end of the day, no matter what. It's not like even if we go in, I thought he breaks it to the point where it's like if he hits 850 or something like that, then it's like oh, like he really, 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 really messes it up. But I don't see him going that far.
The thing is, though, it's such a weird one, right? Because if you're both feeling super strong and you're both around that 850 mark, it's a fucked up situation to be in because you're fighting to win, but you're also bumming each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, at which point do competitors be like, okay, do you know it's really difficult? You hold back and then you might not win, or you push and then you might fuck up your check, and then there's so much to think about in my head, especially for you fuckers that are strong.
I feel like even if he does go, if I have to hit 825, by all means I'll hit that. If I have to hit 830, that's still fine. That still puts me not PRing, still a good percentage over the world record still. Like, 'cause I mean, I'm pretty sure only 3 men went over the world record, and it wasn't even that much to win Sheffield. The people that are coming over are probably gonna break it by more, of course, but
But the thing is, that when you look at these world records as well from this, especially this past year, Sheffield, I know people are talking about not many men have broken it in terms of that. They're so high, right? And then you can't only get enough men breaking these. So at the moment, because you exist, that's what we're talking about the 74 world record being, I'm sorry, Shell, but being the weakest leading to Sheffield next year because you exist. If you did not exist, that world record would have been tough. And now, because Russ exists, the 83 world record is one of the weakest as well because Russ exists. If we did not have Russ, that record would have been tough. Do you know what I mean? So to me, in respective of those that have broken it, is because the world records are so high. You know, the only person that would win Sheffield this year would be Jesus. If Jesus went 9 for 9 with the training you put in, no one would have beat him. But but where that world record is, it's just like fucking unbelievable. I mean, my next question, Austin, is of course you have Shella World, you have Tim, you have Carly. Hopefully, everyone turn up to World healthy, right? That's the key word right there, healthy. You guys put the match that you have to put. So at Sheffield, would you prefer to have another 74 with you there, or you'd be fine to be a lone wolf and just go and battle out with everybody else?
Oh, it don't matter. It really don't matter to me. They can be all 74s. It could be none said no 74s. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna shoot for the moon every time. So I mean, it would literally it doesn't matter who's at the meet. Whenever like I've gotten to this point, whenever I compete, it just feels like it's just me out there. So it really doesn't. I'm gonna do my thing regardless. Like I said, if Shell does push it, or any other 74 that goes with me does push it, at World, and let's say it pushes up to like 825 to 830. I mean, I just got to total like 870 to 880. Like that just has to be the thing that I have to total. And I mean, I'm prepared to put in any amount of work to get to that point. I mean, if I have to squat 325, 320, 325, so be it. If I got to bench 202 to 205, 210, I'll do it. If I got to pull 350, I got to pull 350. Like I'm gonna pull
But
whatever I
you just
can.
talking
You know,
about that, my knees are hurting, man. Jesus.
If there wasn't a
well,
Sheffield, if there wasn't Sheffield's out of the equation. There's no such thing as Sheffield. What would you be aiming for at World? So
Oh,
there's no money on the line. It's not about holding back. It's your thing. It's your day. World. That's it.
I would try 770. 770, try around 770, 775. That'll be the goal, honestly. Like I feel like I underestimate myself on deadlift a lot. So I feel like
when
at
you,
this
do you say 775 or 875?
875, sorry,
I
875.
was like, bro, what's going on?
Well,
Yeah,
when you say 770, I was thinking 770 pound in a squat. Wow, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, James, you're on another plane, bro.
You're on another planet.
Yeah, I feel like I had 350 in me on deadlift, at least on the day. And then on squat, I feel like I had 320. And then on bench, 202 and a half. So whatever that is, I feel like that's
I'm so glad the fact that he has his phone next to him with the calculator ready.
Bro, you should know that off by heart, Durins.
That's over
872.5? Oh, 870.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Man, that's
the
scary.
training is there. I mean, your 318 looked ridiculously easy. You pulled a massive deadlifting training and bench is training right there. The problem is once you start adding the 5 kilo here, 3 kilo here, 4 kilo here, then the total is already insane, just gets more insane, you know, which is it's ridiculous. Like as of right now, you look like you could total 860 comfortably, which is nuts.
Yeah,
when you did,
I had 860 on that day, man. Even without any PRs. Like if I would have just squatted 318 and the 337 and a half and the 200, I think that's right below 860. I think that's like 857, 855, something like that.
855.5.
Yeah.
so
that's
mate, so even when you did the A51, right? Anyone that watched that me, if we look at your last deadlift, we all saw like he has another 12.5, 15 kilo on that deadlift. It was there. Do you know what I mean? But you just chose not to take it because you weren't conservative, which is understandable. You know, you want. I think were you going to that me as in the mindset of making a statement, because that me is the one that actually put Austin Perkins above everybody else. You know, in terms of like totals.
The 851 or the 839?
The A51.
Oh no, the 851. I just went in and we just were aiming for numbers at that point. We wanted the main goals for that was just to take Taylor's record on the second squat, which we did that. To bench 200 on the platform, and we did that, and then to take the total record on the second deadlift, and then the third was just put on however much we think we had on that day. And then we put 337 and a half on, and I feel like we had a lot more left, but it just ended up being that way. We were supposed to take more on squat, honestly, that day. I was supposed to go 315 and a half instead of 313 and a half. But I ran away from it. I let my fear scare me. So I was like, let's just not push it that much. But no, yeah, that was just to make a statement that not that I was over everyone, but I just wanted to beat the record, honestly. So I mean, I really had me only going like 840 to 845, maybe, like if everything went perfectly. But then we were like added 10 kilos onto that second one, and then it was easy from there.
So how does it feel to bench 200 kilo? I'm not asking you, Mo. How does it feel, Austin? Because there's two people in this chat here that don't even know how it feels.
It's terrible, to be honest. It's everything after 190 or 195 just feels heavy. Like it's
That's
not
why
like
I don't do it.
It just feels heavy.
I'm just asking because I don't know if I will ever want to even push 190 in my life, but you know, who knows?
Well, you bench me one hand, that's your problem. It's not whether or not you're gonna feel.
It will happen one day.
Imagine if you had 2 bananas a day instead of 1.
Right?
Well, actually,
let me
Austin,
ask,
Austin was very similar to you in terms of nutrition, actually, because I remember when you the famous UK Other Boys podcast, you said you diet maybe one meal. Sometimes you go out and have Chick-fil-A or whatever. How was that translated? Because obviously you said you met your fiance, she helped you dial in everything. How have you taken that nutrition box? Because we saw Austin that kind of floated around body weight, always had great potential, but literally as soon as you go into end of 2022, 2023, everything just skyrocketed. Was that mostly nutrition? Was that just the mentals, tying down the extra variables? What would you, I know your fiance was a key part, but what other things would you say you've really, really nailed apart from nutrition, or if nutrition was a big thing?
So yeah, no, the thing was before I was just eating like once a day, like you said. Like that's probably till like the end of 2020, 2022. You know, like it just I literally wasn't I was eating once a day, and then it would either be like donuts. I would eat like 8 donuts and then just snack throughout the day. Or I would eat like McDonald's once and then eat McDonald's once at night or something like that. And it would be just that. And then like I said, I met my fiance, and then she was like, you just gotta eat, like just try to eat more. Like you didn't have to eat a lot, just try to eat like another meal here and there. And then it went from that point on. And I started actually eating, and then I was doing good, getting stronger on bench that way. And then not till probably 2 months out from nationals, that's when I started at like 2 months out from PLA Nats, I started like actually tracking things and trying to get in like that 2,200 to 2,300 calories a day and getting like the right foods in. Like I was eating like beef, beans, rice, salmon, potatoes, protein shake in the morning with like 44 grams of protein in it. Like it was just like stuff like that. And that's what made me feel good just going through that last little bit of prep. Like I didn't have as much soreness. I had more energy. I was able to do a 5-week block instead of a 4-week block. Yeah, I would say just eating more nutrition wise. The mental aspect, I'll 100% give that to my fiance. She helped me with that so much. Like I can't that part I cannot stress enough. Like without her and helping me get my mind right, I would not be in the right headspace to compete or even train sometimes. I said this before on I think on Threads. I was like, if you want to blame anyone for what I do, blame her. Like that's
so so everyone have heard this. If you want to beat Austin, just kidnap the fiance.
yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's
What,
it.
That's
bro?
it.
What in the? I don't condone this, you know. I'm saying this right now.
Yeah, I
This
do
ain't
not
something I
associate with
condone.
this
This
behavior
ain't no Liam
whatsoever.
Neeson shit.
But no, it's like
She's the force.
but no, really, like Joe will tell you because Joe and even my dad thanks her too, and he's like, "Thank you for getting this man's head on straight." Like,
Yes.
yeah, Matt Gary. I know everyone knows Matt Gary. Even Matt Gary was like telling my fiance, "I'm so happy to know like there's someone in the world that helped push this man to get better and stuff like that." It's just it's 100% credits to her. Without like I always say, it's her award too, not just mine.
I think it's like, especially at this level that you guys are in, you more indie, that level is sometimes you need that external to support and push you to get to next
Wait. I think
level.
you're confused. You included us in a
I
different.
know.
There's
I was like,
Earth,
I just looked away to be honest.
there's Earth, and there's Mars. I mean, thank you for the kind words, but the trend is completely different, bro.
I'm trying to give you flowers and money more.
I need your flowers.
What? Fam, I'm broke, bro. I don't understand. I take the bus to work. I
Bro.
don't understand where this money more comes from. I ain't got money, dog.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do British. You're gonna be lack of money, Mo.
Hey, I'll take it. I'm telling you, I genuinely have to take the metro and the bus
I'm
to work
gonna
tomorrow.
this year. I'm paying for your driving lessons.
I do it, bro.
Austin, because I know, of course, Sheffield, we said is not. To me, I don't consider Sheffield as being a competition. It's not. It's an event. It's an expected event. So we've seen a lot of people with a lot of character getting on that platform. We see the like of Gustav, that all you see is veins, nothing else, but he wins. And we see people like Delaney coming in with all the salsa move on the planet. And then, of course, Gavin came in as Sean Paul. So you leading to that Sheffield next year, is this
Call him
something
Sean
we're
Paul.
expecting for Austin? Or is it just you're just going to go in as like Austin Perkins? That's it.
You're gonna come in with a chinchilla suit, aren't you?
I'm gonna I'm gonna come in.
I watch your
bro.
YouTube though, because you can get spicy sometimes when
Who,
you're
me?
talking about. Yeah, dog, you.
What? Give me an example. Give me an example.
You're pissed off at Taylor. Yo, my man gave motivational speech, sat down, changed the camera angle. Every week, every single YouTube video will start. I'm still waiting for Taylor to sign up.
Bro, because I mean, I was like, bro, don't dodge the smoke, bro. Come get it, bro. Come, I want that 2021 Taylor Atwood, bro. I want all that energy that you gave me whenever I was in college and I didn't have my head on straight. I want that same energy. But no, yeah, whenever I come in, I've got to the point where how many of you guys watch anime?
I do. I was gonna ask
Me
you
and
some
Mo.
anime questions.
Jordan's don't watch anime. He's lying.
Andy, when did you start watching anime?
I've always watched
Bro.
anime. I just don't reference it every single day.
You
on
only
the
watch
hour,
Dragon
like
Ball.
You do anime reference emoms on your fucking Instagram.
Bro,
I click on your
hold on.
profile every
Boku
minute
no
on the
Academia
minute. You're
starts
like,
up in
that's
the
it,
beginning.
Naruto time.
Guys, can we calm down? I watch anime, right?
No,
no.
Flakes, bro. You're all claiming it now, innit? It's not gonna help your totals.
What's written?
Bro, you don't see. Oh wow, you just heard me. Watch me like breaking your legs in the British. Go on, Austin. Go on.
I'm the one with the Dragon Ball shoes, not you. You just fake it. And Durin, you're confusing anime with hentai. That's something else, bro.
Bro, you know what?
Durin's watch is different.
Bro, you go in hell, bro. You go in hell. Anyway, Austin, carry on.
Okay, yeah, this has to be one of my favorite podcasts, bro. Oh my god, I'm dying. I most of you guys know I love My Hero is my favorite anime, bro. I don't care what anyone says. It might not be the best, but it's my favorite. I don't know. I just I come in and whenever I dress the way I dress. It's either I'll dress up a little bit or I won't dress up. But whenever I get into a certain thing, it's just like nothing else matters. I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. It's not like I use like anger. I wouldn't say that. I just get into the state of like, I want to say serenity, but I can feel like I can do anything. I honestly, now I know a lot of Avatar stuff has been coming out. I compare it to like the Avatar state now. Like everything just feels like I can just do it, and I don't have any control. It's just fluid. Everything is just fluid, and that just happens naturally. So no, yeah, I'll probably come in. I'll celebrate like I do usually. I'll wait till after the lights. Actually, I just had a conversation. I'm gonna wait till I get the lights first. I'm not gonna celebrate and then wait and look. I'm gonna look, wait, 3 white lights, then I'll go off. Probably only on the last attempts as well. Like last squad is really the only thing that I need because we'll probably. I mean, I don't think this is like tough knowledge or like I should hide it. I don't think I should, but we're probably gonna break the squad world record. Like we have to for our total to be high enough to be in a good position. So like I'll probably celebrate after that. It won't be too long. Bench. I'll just probably go out there and bench.
Wait, the squat world record is only 287.5.
He's gonna take
No,
that
it's
and open.
290. It's 290 now, right? I think it's
No.
290.
No, who's scoring
Nah.
290?
So that's your opener then. What?
No,
That's
no,
what
I'm
I
pretty
was
sure.
deep in, like, is he gonna celebrate after the opener?
He's gonna open. You opening on 290.5.
It's 288. It's not
Yeah.
290, bro.
Okay, so it's 288. Okay, yeah. So we'll probably go like, I'm not gonna say where we're gonna go. We're gonna go over that for sure. They'll probably be.
This is a safe place. It's not going anywhere. You can be honest.
No, I'm thinking I'm trying to count attempts. We might break it on the second attempt and then go higher on the third.
Fair enough.
I mean, but it won't be 318 though. I'm not gonna squat 700 at Worlds for sure.
No.
There's no point in doing that.
100%.
Save that paycheck.
But yeah, right. I just go in with a mindset of like basically it's just me on the platform. Literally, I think it's like the platform. There's no spotters, even in my head. No spotters. It's black everywhere. It's me on the platform, and then the head judge. And then you know how like on videos or movies they have like you can like hear the background, but you can't like see the background or anything. It's like faint. That's how it is to me whenever I'm on the platform now. Like nothing else is just nothing else matters. It's just like literally serenity. Everything's fluid. And then I just get like heated. Like Joe would tell you, I radiate heat whenever I'm in the back. I get so just in this certain headspace. It's crazy. I wish I could like give it to someone else so they could understand what it feels like. But yeah.
I think
That's
I
good,
think what
man.
you just mentioned there, Austin, you would definitely not even the fact that because as a person, as a mindset, that's how you are, but a world you experience that physically. As soon as you step on a platform, those heat lights hit your forehead, you start
Mhm.
sweating, and you're not gonna see nobody anymore.
So
You
yeah,
know
like
what I mean?
I don't want people to think that like when I know people with the Sheffield, this is one thing I hate with the like not the promotion part of it or people, they're just like there's nothing else like it. Like whenever you get on this platform, it's gonna be shaking and it's gonna be like it's
Oh
it's
no.
such a loud venue and everything's there. It's like I literally don't care about any of that. Like
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the crowd. I don't even see the crowd. I don't look out into the crowd till after probably my last deadlift, maybe last squat sometimes, but like nothing really just rattles me. It's literally just me and that platform. Like I don't worry about it being loud. I'm not worried about all the flashing lights or the lights or a light being in my face. I'm just it's like me and the head judge eye to eye. Like that's
Yeah.
all
So
it
I think that's
I
fine.
have to
That's not
watch
a
it
worry
back
at all.
after to
Yeah.
figure out what was going on.
is.
Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
as soon
yeah,
as I've
yeah.
competed, you especially at Worlds, like finished at 11, I ain't getting to sleep. I rewatched the whole thing to figure out
Mhm.
what was going on. In the moment, I don't understand people who can like listen and hear and see when they're coming out for lifts because I can't remember a single thing.
Yeah, I would say though one thing is on that Sheffield stage, um, when you're there, I know it's very easy to blank out and just be the lift and focus entirely. And when I'm on the platform, I don't see anything. Also, I'm the same. I'm similar, but I think it's very important just because there's literally three. So having had the experience of being on that platform and also being in a crowd, there's 3,000 people in front of you. Right. So as much as you can blank out and 100% black out and only focus on the head judge or head referee until after the final score, but like try and appreciate that crowd. Like it's gonna be so insane being at the center and having to like scan through. You'll just see loads of little dots here and there with people holding flashlights, but it's like 3,000 people just in
Mhm.
front of you. So I think that would be insane because a lot of people do go from my round, there were quite a few people that went through the Sheffield route and like afterwards felt like they didn't appreciate that crowd. You know, you kind of just focused on the performance and the me and whether you're happy or not, your performance it didn't matter. But when you lift and absorb that crowd as much as you can after you've done your final squats or
Yeah.
final bench or final deadlift, it'll be an experience worth.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
I
that's
like
what
that. That's what I'm most excited for to see
Yeah.
that energy that they give you after. Like that's one of the things that I love, especially after a last deadlift. That's it's nice.
It'll be huge, man.
I mean, you Americans come
There we
to
go.
come. You come with great ideas, right? The ideas that we all love. You know, now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna copy coming to Lithuania on the weigh-ins.
You might
So
as well be American though, because you were saying you were the
no,
best 83 in the world last time.
no, I wasn't the best. I was the strongest. I wasn't the
Why have
best. You know, there's a difference between being the
What's the
best and being
difference
the
between the
strongest.
best and being the
Anyway,
strongest?
moving on about that, these young kids
No,
don't
hello.
understand that,
What's the
Austin.
difference between being the
Um,
best and being the strongest?
me moving
I
on.
ain't letting
Let's
this
not waste
go.
time. Let's not,
Bro, yo, fuck you.
the
Answer the goddamn question.
Austin Perkins is the strongest civil ever lived. No, it's no, it's Austin Perkins the best ever lived.
You're
Oh,
talking so much shit, even your mic stopped working.
I was gonna say like you're
Yeah, I was
glitching
about to
at this
say, oh, I
point.
thought it was me. I thought it was me. I was like,
Nah. Even his computer's like this guy's talking shit.
No, is it working now?
Yeah,
Is it working?
no.
Okay,
Kind
moving
of.
on. Anyway, Austin Perkins, Americans come to
Your
world
mic
with
sounds like your knees when you squat.
because I'm old. I'm 35. I was
Bro, I swear to God. So crack some. You remember watching TV ages ago, and you used to have to bang it on the top. You need to do that. You remember? You're 40 something.
I'm 35, bro. I'm not
There
48.
Oh,
you go.
there
That's
you go.
better.
That's
There you
There we
perfect.
go. Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, much better. So, Austin Perkins, Americans come to great ideas when it comes to World Championship or big events, right? In terms of like when I'm talking about great ideas, we saw Sean Noriega a few years ago going to weigh in with those ski goggles, and of course Russ does what he does, which is brilliant. And then the French like the Pana and all of them are following the same footstep. Is this something that Austin Perkins coming with? The one that we can brand this is Austin, or is it just Austin coming in as a 5'4" guy just with tracksuit?
You're not serious.
Um,
Rumor has it you're gonna wear a T-shirt with Taylor's face on it.
That's wild.
I just a rumor. I heard a rumor. I think it was Jurins who told me.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. My manager won't allow me. But no, like I'll probably dress up a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet. I might buy a whole new fit actually, you know. I feel like it's a good occasion, but I mean it also depends on because we have to at Worlds you have to wear your nation's sweatsuit on the platform, right? I mean on the podium, right? You just have to. I don't know, man. That's a lot of clothes just to be bringing. um, but
I'm just asking because you are the biggest star that is coming to world. Do you know what I mean? I know Americans are bringing the Avengers team, but out of that Avengers team, I don't think there's anyone a bigger name than Austin Perkins, especially what we're expecting from Austin Perkins. Do you know what I mean? So if you come in wearing a crocodile skin tracksuit or whatever, it's fine. People buy it.
I want to come in like wearing literally all black and you can't see me. Like I might show up like it's a funeral. You know, I'm
Of course, you're
Are
coming
you
to
gonna
bury people.
are you gonna put a VR headset on?
oh my
Asking for a
God.
friend, bro. Asking for a
Well,
friend.
well, do you know what? I'm gonna clip that bit. You just say you're coming in black like a funeral because you know you're coming to bury people.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, fair.
Like I thought about doing the little shovel emote after my attempts after I
Get like a
hit
little lapel that just says "You will be missed."
8. I need to write all these down.
So would you crown yourself after you win world?
Oh yeah, 100%. I have to. That's a must. Like, I've made it to the top, and now, like, of course, winning Sheffield is great and amazing, and I guess it makes you the champion of champions. But I'm finally on any platform. I'm the best 74 at that point. I'm the king of the 74s at that point. There's no one else above me in any type of way. You know, like even if I won nationals, I had a higher total. Like I said, on the European side, that didn't matter. Like what matters is world championships, being the number one, the win on that day, not the highest total ever, but the person to win on that day. And I just feel like I will win on that day. I'm gonna try my hardest. Like there was a quote that I said the other day, but I forgot what it was. I gotta look it up. It's on my phone. I have everything on my phone, guys.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though. Like it doesn't matter, and I think people forget that the champion's the champion. It doesn't matter if someone could have beat you on that day. You weren't there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like saying if I scored more goals than you, I would have won. Congratulations, you didn't.
Exactly.
So
My quote is, "It's me against me. They're just in the way. Literally, it's me against me. They're just in the way. Like, I respect you, and I hope you have your best meet, but I want this to a certain extent that I won't let anything get in my way." So,
So, I mean, my last two question is Austin. Of course, the guys probably were thinking about the last two before we wrap up. Number one is what message do you have for the rest of the 74s around the world? I'm not just talking about world here. I'm talking about everywhere where they are because especially you, as you said, you're a powerlifter, you're an influencer. So I mean, there's a lot of people that this is what I always say to people when you're on social media, you're talking and you're saying certain things. It's not just going to your competitors, it's going to the grassroots. People that are thinking, I want to be the next Austin Perkins. So what message are you sending to the 74 class around the world?
Don't think just because I'm the best, I don't want to see you do good. I want to see you do amazing, and I want to see you progress to the best of your ability and be the strongest you can be. But saying that, I'm still gonna make sure I give you my all, no matter what. I'm never gonna take away from you. Anything you do is not. I'm not trying to take away from. I just want to see you do better in any way, and that's anybody. That's not even 74s as well. Like no one. I don't want to beat anybody on their worst day. I don't. I'm not. I don't wish upon anyone's downfall. I want to see everybody do good, and that includes myself. So I'm gonna as long as I keep pushing, I expect others to keep pushing as well.
Yeah. I wish that first Nike sponsorship in powerlifting come to you, my friend, because you're
I
like.
hope so too.
So I mean, my last one
What are
is
you gonna do with them big ass bumpers, bro? That big? He's squatting 120. That's it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna force them to make like the slim plates, the
The
freaking
complete, yeah.
the slimmer comp plates. I'm gonna be like, look, I need something smaller because I squat 700 pounds at 161 pounds body weight. So I'm gonna
Look,
need.
just buy some Alicos, slap a Jordan sticker on it. Done.
I mean, I'm gonna leave the sponsorship question to Mo because Mo has got more insight than myself. So my last question to you would be is in terms of like, of course, in terms of your competitors around the world, a lot of American have spoken to in the past. They've said exact same thing to everybody. Where if your competitors is about to pull to beat you, you're not going to watch or encourage them to do that. Is it that the Austin Perkins mentality as well? Because myself, when I saw Enna loading 385, whether it was in South Africa, whether it was in Malta, whether it was in the Euros last year, even this year Euros, when he loaded 399, I was still the first person to say, look, I know you pulled that come second, but this is history making, mate. You work hard for this, go and pull that. So I gave him my not my permission, but I gave him my support.
Permission, you know.
Yeah,
Is
you're
that what
chatting shit, Jones. You're
is
chatting
that
100% shit.
is that what
And do you
Austin
know why I know this? Do you know? Should I tell you why I know you're chatting shit?
What?
After you did your final pull, you hit the double bicep, right? You
Because
threw your belt.
I knew it was
And
done.
then when you saw 399, you just licked your lips and said, no problem. I'll encourage you to go and do it. Let's go together. Because I know you're not pulling it.
I knew the chance he had was 20%. That's why I did the double bicep. But anyway, but last year I didn't do the double bicep because I knew he had a chance to pull 380. But anyway, moving on, Austin. Is he the Austin mentality to support the competitor, or the mentality is, do you know what? I hope you fucking missed that lift because I'm winning.
I will say that I don't hope that they miss it. I want to just be in a position to where they can't outpull me no matter what. That's the position I just want to put myself in. And when it comes down to it, if they do try to outpull me, by all means, they deserve it. Like they got it. That's it. But me, especially if it comes down to, like, say I missed my last deadlift, and it's like, oh, well, he only needs this to pull it. Like I'm gonna be like, he's gonna pull this. Like I'm not gonna go in and be like, he's not gonna pull it unless I know like it's outrageous. Like let's say Shell needs like 360 and he's pulled 340, I'm gonna be like, I might be fine. I'll be like, I might be good. Like I don't think he'll pull 360. But if it's come down to it and it's like, oh, he needs 345, I'm gonna bet on him getting that. I'm like, all right, well, that's it. I took the L, I guess. Like, and then he doesn't play it, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, well, I guess I won. Like, there's really nothing I can do, so there's no point in trying to wish that downfall on that person.
That's what I say. You're a favorite American, my friend. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Appreciate
Was your favorite American, man.
I mean, because I said to Peach, we had Petrie here. I said to Petrie, some of the Americans shouldn't even be calling themselves African American. They forget the African bit in front of them. Anyway, we do, right? So yeah, let's cross that. Anyway, go on, Mo.
I had I had two questions. My first question is, I know you're a massive Boku no Academia fan. What character would you say, who's your favorite character? Which character do you feel like you embody in your powerlifting career or journey?
Come on now, you know it's Deku, bro. You know it's Deku, bro.
The reason why is because, you know, Deku, well, before we know that, but I feel like you're not really a Deku, though. You're more of a, I feel like you're more of a Shoto, Todoroki.
Really?
Because I feel like you always had potential, but you never embraced the full side, right? Because you always kind of held yourself back. Obviously, once you got your fiance, you could say she was the fire pot, and then we've seen that you have the potential to be the number one, you know. While Deku was more of a, you could say you related with the injuries, the suffering part,
Mm-hmm.
rebuilding and everything, but I feel like you're more of a show type, really.
I'll give you a rebuttal and I'll tell you why I think I'm more like that. So
Okay.
when it comes to the part of him starting for nothing, I feel like that when it came to powerlifting, like it was literally like I was at the bottom, lowest weight class. I didn't know anything. Um, I really wasn't good at anything. I wasn't good at football back then. I wasn't really good at anything. And then I got to this point where um I saw like Taylor and I was just like, oh my God, he's amazing. Like Deku does for All Might, of course. And it's just like you see this guy and it's like I want to be just like this guy and I'm still gonna try no matter what, even if I'm not the best. Like I said, and I never won like state championships in high school or anything. Like and then he just showed me that like anything was possible with the way he was going and everything like that in that way. And so at that point, I wanted to be the next person up. So there goes the successor part that comes with it. And then people started calling me the next Taylor Atwood at that point anyway. And then they were like, oh, well, he's doing good. His number should be around Taylor's one day. And then that's the part of the getting better. And then now I'm not gonna spoil my hero for people who've seen my hero, who haven't seen my hero yet. 'Cause I've read a lot of it. So
Yeah, it's been years behind now, man. Like,
yeah, it's let's just say that I feel like I'm unlocking all of those quirks for one for all.
okay.
My rebuttal to your rebuttal, though, is you said you're going to be in all black.
Yeah.
Got shorter written all over it, bro.
Oh my God. No, but what about Dark Deku? What about Dark Deku when he's fighting when he's fighting all the villains trying to save
Hey,
the
man, that was rags. That was never
That was rags.
My second question is this one was an interesting one because, to be honest, Indy kind of faced the same journey in a sense. Did you ever, when you swap knee sleeves, without getting into specifics, right? When you swap knee sleeves, did you get any haters doubting your ability to squat what you had done that 313? And how have you? I was gonna say, like, did you ever get any haters, and how have you found that crossover? Because honestly, I will be honest with you, I was a bit not in the hater camp, but I was thinking
You're the hater. I remember the group chat. Straight lying.
Just be honest. Austin is a nice American.
No.
See,
It's my turn to snitch
just
now.
because I've been
This motherfucker goes,
sending
I
to
hate
them,
it.
trying to
I'm gonna send Austin a screenshot, bro. Just be honest.
Screenshot it. Send it right away.
yeah, no, serious. But how have you found? Because honestly, the squads looked amazing. So first of all, how have you found dealing with the haters? How much hate did you get when you first swapped over projections, unit squad, and everything? And how have you found training now, man? Because squads looks better than ever, honestly.
So I will say that I did get some hate for it. People were just like, oh, oh, he's just saying the SBD sleeves are good because they signed him now and like all of that stuff. And at first, I will be honest, it was a huge shift. They aren't like I talked to Jesus before, like I got the sleeves because I mean he squats the most, and so I was like, I know he hadn't. I don't know if he has tried it or not, but I don't think he had tried the stiffer sleeves. And I was just like, so explain to me like these new SBD sleeves, like how do they feel? And he was just like, they aren't super stiff, but they compress to your leg in a good way. And when he told me that, I was like, okay, like we'll see. He's like, it could like just think about like a better dry fit shirt, but on your knee, but like it actually helps. And I was like, okay, like we'll see. And I get a pair, and I'm like, oh, this feels like totally different. You know, like it's not like that with the cone sleeves that I used to wear, the super stiff sleeves I used to wear. I would compare it to like, let's say you have a vase or something, and it's like it's just on your leg. It's just like it's not molded on there. It's just on there because it just had like an hourglass shape. So it was just on my leg. It didn't form to my knee. It was just on my knee. But with the SBD sleeves, it compresses the knee in the right spots. And it was just a transition that I had to go through. I think it took probably like, to be completely honest, I say a block to get used to because we just repeated. I remember what we did was whenever I had the other stiff sleeves, I hit 295 for 4, and it moved okay. It moved its best, but then we're like, we're just gonna repeat the block just because we got new knee sleeves, there's new equipment. I switched the belt, so I switched belt positions as well because I used to wear my belt lower on squat. I had to move it up because the SBD buckle hit my thigh. I didn't like it. So I moved that up and I had the knee sleeves. I changed that out. Yeah, those are the biggest things. And I would have like, I'll be like, oh, like I can't drop as fast or hard as I used to because it just didn't have that support in the bottom of the hole as much. But then I just got used to like slowing down the squats a minimal amount, not the slowest, but better. And then now it feels a lot better. Like I would say that I know people will probably just say I'm just literally saying it because I'm signed by SBD, but now I do think they're better. Like if you go from wearing the super stiff sleeves to the SBDs for a while, it's gonna feel like crap. But even my clients, I got some to switch over. They're just like it's easier to hit depth. Your legs don't go numb at all at any point, and like you don't have to keep buying them over and over and over again as well. Like those SBDs are gonna last you. Like it's not something that you're gonna have to just keep buying over and over and learn. Because the ones that I have still feel great, and I've had them since I started with SBD. I never got a new pair. I wear the extra smalls on meet day, but like the smalls I wear in training, they're fine. Like still day one good. So if you need it, use any of our links because I'm pretty sure all of us have links in here for SBD. Hey,
You
right?
gotta use
I think
Austin.
there's only
So
two people
Austin's
here.
the,
So
the
anyway,
biggest squatter pound for pound. So if you want your squat to improve, use the man's
No,
link.
look, if you want sleeves, you just go to mine. If you want anything else, go to everybody else's in here. I'll say
wait. Some of us got a link too. But anyway, moving on.
Hey,
Indy.
I'll take bench. You and Indy fight for deadlift. So-
Me and Indy.
Come on. Come on. Are you taking a piss? What am I doing? One handing 340.
Crazy, bro. Anyway, Indy, carry on. What's your questions?
But to be honest, I think everyone covered everything. I think the one that I usually ask is, and I like this because everyone always has a different answer. If you had to give your younger self any piece of advice, what would it be?
All right, I'll ask you this first. When you say younger, how young do you mean?
When you first started powerlifting?
12.
I probably would tell myself to take it more seriously, and don't get discouraged as much. I would tell myself it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like take your time because I just want it to be like good now, like as soon as possible. So I would push and I would get frustrated and I would stress myself out as much. I would just tell myself to sit back, wait, keep doing what you're doing. Find an actual program too, actually. Because when I was younger, I just literally would go in and max out on squat and deadlift all the time and probably bench once a week. Like that was like that's what I would do. Like I went in, I would pull conventional. Like you were saying at first, like I had like a bad back coming out of high school, going into college, and then first year of college. I was pulling conventional and I would go in and try to pull like 272 and a half almost every day. And it would be like terrible. It wasn't like a good conventional form either, bro. I'm not saying it was like scale of 1 to 10 out to 10 being perfect, one being the worst form ever. I would say it was like probably between 1 and 2 that whole time. So I would just say that. I would probably say stop pulling conventional, find a real program,
No.
just take time.
Cut it off. Cancel recording. We're done now. Listen, don't listen to his advice, all right? Everyone.
But I don't have a crazy sumo though. I got a close stance sumo. So some people say my sumo counts. So I'll take it.
Sure.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro, I'm with it.
How did you find a woman doing that? Actually, it makes no sense.
Austin, I know we've covered a lot. I think there's one question people will probably be asking: the switch you switch to SPD. I don't want you to give us the whole data if you don't have to, but suddenly you just switch. Is it because of Sheffield, or is it because you said to yourself, do you know what, SPD will cover my expenses better than the other brand? Or what happened? Because you can't just switch like that. You sell out. You can't just do that.
That called you
You're
a
so
sellout.
full of drama, Jurins.
No,
You ask a
I'm
question,
a
then send a
sellout,
dig
bro.
at the same time.
No, did you know that you can't compete in the IPF if you're not an SBD athlete? No, bro. That was one of the dumbest things people told me, bro. I was like, y'all do know that, like someone competed in A7 gear at Sheffield, right? I'm like, y'all do like no, it was just we couldn't come to an agreement, honestly, on things. Like I still got. I mean, I don't talk to him anymore at all. But I mean, no bad blood happened between me and A7. It was just literally we couldn't come to an agreement on a contract on what I wanted or feel like I deserved, and we just had to split ways. That's really it. SBD had um I tried to talk to them actually like after I went to Worlds that first time. I mean, well, before I went to Worlds, and they were just like, no, and stuff like that. So they turned me away at first, but now um I guess I could say this too. Also SBD gives me a little bit more room to be myself. I'll say that. Like just I didn't have to do certain things. And like I said, it wasn't a bad, it wasn't like terrible. It wouldn't have been bad, but I just saw myself going a different route, down a different road, and they wanted another road. A7 did, and that's just all it was. Like no hate, I don't hate them. I mean, I still think they have good equipment. I'm not gonna say they don't have good equipment, but I mean, when it comes to
You
SPD,
told the A51 with it, so
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I guess I'm not saying it's terrible equipment. I'm just gonna go to another brand that I still believe in. Like I think people didn't like this, like, oh, you were just saying all the A7 stuff was good, but now you're saying SBD is good. I mean, multiple things can be good, but when you're with one company, you're not gonna talk about another company.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
just how it is,
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I never shout out on SBD, never shout out. I'm not gonna shit on A7. I'm just gonna
Okay.
tell it how it is. I mean, like I said, are the sleeves for A7 stiffer? Yes, but is stiffer always better though? That's the question. And especially if my squats went up and or you could say it's the same thing. I mean, it's not like it was a big change.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen world record being broken in SPD, so I don't think the SPD sleeves are that bad. But anyway, but in terms of the brand that you spoke about there, like, and you went to them, they rejected you, and I think this is the common theme around these big brands, right? Where
You know,
uh,
it was SPD that rejected him.
that's what I'm saying. I'm even SPD. I'm an SPD athlete, but I think I can say this because the common thing about these big brands is the upcoming lifters when they go to them. Some of them they don't really offer that support.
Mhm.
Me SPD gave me the support from the get go. I didn't even ask for it. Do you know what I mean? That's why to me it was just like, yeah, SPD for life. But it's like some of these brands, you approach them, they just treat you like a commoner. But as soon as you become Austin Perkins, and then you see 5, 6 contract on the table coming in, which is a good place to be. But realistically, you're asking yourself, so you're only coming to me because of what I'm doing now. So where were you guys when I needed you? So yeah, it's just a passing message there, but it's just for the brand to support. And then we see now they're doing it better. With the juniors, they're supporting, with the masters, they're supporting. And I'm talking about all brand. I'm not just talking about SPD because I'm an SPD. Even A7, they're doing the work as well on the backgrounds, which is fantastic for powerlifting. And yeah, I don't know if you have any last comment, Austin, because I know you have sponsors behind you, you have got a team behind you. Of course,
Oh
you want
yeah,
to give them a
two
shout.
hundred and 10% athletes here too.
Yeah,
Decent.
there's
That's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a 210. There's a 220, isn't it? Both of them. 110.
Yeah,
Fucking
220.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, go on,
no,
Mo.
I'll say shout out 110. I'll brag about this a little bit. I do have a flavor of pre-workout and creatine coming. Strawberries and cream is gonna come out around end of April. Look forward to that. I'm not just hyping it up. I think it's amazing, and everyone who's tasted it said it was good. So we've had a few taste tests. Is good. If you want to try that,
might
by
have to
all
get some.
means, order some. I would love the support. Shout out SBD, not just for me, but because they're doing so much for powerlifting, bro. Like Sheffield, that's amazing. Like I'm not, even if I don't win it, just going to be able to experience it and do all the things like the VIP treatment and stuff like that. I just think that's cool. Um, Thank you to my fiance, of course, for helping me. Shout out Joe, best programmer in the world. Um, thank you guys for having me on, and all my followers too. I appreciate that, all the support. I need support. I'm a guy who feels off of support. If I feel like people support me, I feel a lot better. I don't pray on anyone's downfall. I want everyone to do good. I'm just gonna give my all. I'm gonna try to do better. That's all it is. And I can't wait for the IPF, bro. Like I'm here. I am here.
12 weeks, man. Is literally
12
round the
weeks.
corner.
I'm excited. I'm trying to book flights now. Actually, that's like my next step in my day-to-day life is.
I would, because they're only just going to get more expensive.
I booked mine already, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm booking mine this weekend.
yeah. So sorry, Mo, you're not gonna be there, but yeah.
Sure, I told you I bought my TV, bro. As soon as you told me I was saying I bought a brand new
Yo, stop
TV.
buying TVs and buy a damn car.
It was my first one. I bought it. It's a nice little TV, big ass TV. I'm watching World's Full HD.
You can't
flop.
sit on the TV and go to the gym.
Literally, like, I know you've given us your time. We appreciate you, my friend, for coming. Again, as I said, like I even was telling the boys on the group chat, I said with this one we're not gonna be disappointed with Austin because I spoke to you on the DM a little bit, but that personality that came around is something because I'm the type of person like if I don't like you, I'll fucking I'm not gonna invite you. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. So you know
Hey,
that personality is something I love. And again, as I said, a lot of young lifters are there, a lot of people are there around the world. They look at you, what you're doing on the platform. People want to be the next Austin Perkins. Do you know what I mean? So, and to the listeners out there, guys, if you got a message, a comment for Austin, reach out to Austin. Again, I keep on saying these people giving me hits, right? Austin, he's not like those Americans that leave you on unread for 2 years. Because that's what Taylor Howard done to me, by the way. I'm going to say it loud. And when I saw him, I told him that. He was like, oh, dog, I'm sorry, man. I was like, yes, I know you got too many DMs, but you know what I mean? But anyway.
I try to respond to most of my DMs, especially if they're not like common questions that I don't answer every once in a while. Like, so if someone, most of the time I'll post most of the information on my stories or I'll answer my comments as well. But one thing that I always do is whenever like I have a good post that like goes off and people repost me on their story, I make sure that I like the story. Like it would be like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, bro. I'll go through and just I'm liking every single story, bro. Every single story. I mean, because I mean, if you have the time to post me on your story, like I at least got the time to press that little heart at the bottom.
Man,
At least.
when you followed me back, I watched, I was like, damn, I think I made it at 35. You know what I mean? So anyway, on that note, all the listeners, if you guys like have heard anything you didn't like, just drop us a comment. If you don't like my rumors or you don't like the way I talk and you think I'm weaker than everybody else in the world, more than happy for you guys to voice it out there. So, you know, the door is open, but you have a kid and have a career like me and come and talk to me. On that note, peace out.
Fuck it.